L'chaim, l'chaim. So, we're now 34 years later, and what we didn't know in Tov Mem Ches, we know nothing about the Rebbetzin. We didn't even though I personally, I saw the Rebbetzin a number of times. I was also in the Rebbe's house. But people only knew the Rebbe. They didn't know that, obviously the Rebbe had a Rebbetzin, but she practically was, she was as if she would not be there. So, after hearing all of these stories for the last, especially the last 5 years, I think 10 years, 5 years, and we just heard more stories. So, and especially after what the Rebbe said about the Rebbetzin, so who are we? Do we have any place to talk about the Rebbetzin? But since I was forced, and since the Rebbe says that we still have to learn from the Rebbetzin, so here I am. So speaking about Vehachai and libo, I want to, I'll read you the Sikha when the Rebbe speaks about it. So the Rebbe says like this. The Rebbe speaks about a number of steps in about the Rebbetzin and who she was. So the Rebbe says, the Retsach wegen, we speak here about a Tzitkonis. What Chassidus called a Tzitkonis means that she's a pure person who has no yetzer hara. She's a Tzitkonis. In addition, Bitei shel Kvei Dushas Meir Chomer Admur Nesiderenu. She's the daughter of the Rebbe. So we all understand, we all know that there is the dargi of a tzaddik, but then more than that is what a Rebbe is, and this is the daughter of the Rebbe. And we just told the story. I don't know if the way it was exactly related, that the Rebbe got angry, but it's the first time I hear that story. I'm sure I never heard that story before. We know the story that the Rebbe says, Zike Nechet Benchen. This is a Maise with her birthday, but this is a new story that the Rebbe told Shalom Ber. That was, it's a new story, but basically, so that explains when the Rebbe says, Nesaf was a bite shel kvedush me'yochomi, how seriously the Rebbe took it, that being the daughter of the Frierdiker Rebbe, she has koiches even to give broches. Bechlal, the way it's understood, she was raised in the house of the Frierdiker Rebbe, which was old, poshet mesiras nefesh b'poel mamesh, 24/7, being in Russia, and she knew bechlal the life of a Rebbe, the life of the Frierdiker Rebbe, and being in his home and being raised, she had a different idea of what life is like, and what Chassidus is like, and what Avodas Hashem is like. Then the Rebbe continues ובייסר למטה עוסקו בעבידוסו כמצווה רצינךו. As Chassidus explains, it says that La'osid Lovei, that all the korbanos, everything that was in Beis Hamikdash, but La'osid Lovei only will be kemitzvos retzenecho, the ultimate in doing a mitzvah kemitzvos retzenecho. So the Rebbe says here that she did it kemitzvos retzenecho be'efen the yelchu mechail ulchoil be'ilu yacharilu, which is b'chlal. I have no idea what it means. And then the Rebbe continues, ובמיוחד אביידם תיך מסירות נפש. And the Rebbe goes to say how she was trained in the idea of mesiras nefesh. But in addition to all of these, the thing that strikes me at least most is the statement that the Rebbe said during Shiva. We all know that statement that the Rebbe said that only God knows the entire truth. The expressions, not only the Eibishter knows the truth about who Aveda and who she was, but the entire truth, the ultimate emes of her Aveda, of who she was, of her personality, the only one who knows is the Eibishter. So after all of these, I was always wondering, especially at the time, so here the Rebbe tells us, Vehachai, yiten, libo, we should learn from the Rebbetzin. For 25 years, we didn't know anything about the Rebbetzin. The only thing we knew is that she was asna leches, she was bottled to the Rebbe. So, what is it that we need to learn, especially when the Rebbe was talking about it? What are we supposed to learn from the Rebbetzin? That she wasn't there. We never heard anything about her. I think there is a story which I don't know if those of you who read the Atomim know that story, and I'm not making any comparisons, and I'm not one of those that know about Rebbes and Neshomes and comparisons, but just to understand an idea. So in the Gnize, in the Chersoner Gnize, if you know what it is, there is the story about the Neshama of the Baal Shem Tov. And the story is that there was a Jew in Sfas, who was Yirei Shomayim, but a simple person. And apparently he did something extraordinary on the day of his bar mitzvah. So Eliyahu Hanavi later on in life, Eliyahu Hanavi came to him, he was sent to him, and told him that he was sent, and he was going to study with him. No, he was going to give him the ketz when the Guru would sein, but if he would tell him what he did on the day of his bar mitzvah. So that Jew said, everything I did was for God, was for the Eibishter, and I'm not going to tell you. Eliyahu came back, and it made a big tumult l'maile, that turning down Eliyahu Hanavi, all because everything he did was just for the So it was paskened that he should come again to him, and he should teach him Seder Satira. But, which he did, but mit dem ist geblieben, that's the way it stays. But later on, it was decided that since he did not reveal the Seder Satira, didn't share it, so the Neshama should come down again, and it will start a new derech in Avodas Hashem, and that was the Neshama of the Baal Shem Tov. So we see this thing of the bittul, of doing only kemitzvahs retzinecha, and only the Eibishter Alein ways, the truth, the depth, the emes. That's what the Rebbe said about the Rebbetzin. So what does that have to do with us? Vehachai yiten libo. That is what we should learn from the Rebbetzin. We live in a world, this is my personal take, and since I didn't ask for it, but I was told that I have to speak about Vehachai yiten libo. Okay, so here I am. I'll tell you what I think. We live in a world that even though we do a lot of things, we learn, we daven, we go on shlichus, but it's the nature of humanity that you want to have recognition. You want to have your space, you want to have your ownership. And unfortunately, that thing is a source of problems. All the problems comes from yeshes. On different levels. All comes from yeshes. I wasn't given enough covet, I wasn't given enough space, I wasn't given enough recognition. The lesson from the Rebbetzin is that there's nothing about me. I don't exist. It's only the Rebbe, it's only the Eibishter. As the Rebbe points, when the Rebbe speaks about Lasis Leis Bor Dire Betachtenim, part of the Shliach of Shvat, one of the Shvat in particular, that the Rebbe explains every word Lasis that you have to do, Leis Bor, only to Atzmes. So the Rebbe there points out about that you have to do it only for the Eibishter. Not only that, it's not just that it doesn't benefit you only for the Eibishter. It doesn't even matter that you do it. It's important what the mechuven is, the rein also zachopton. Not even that you should do it, because at least you want to have the schus. That's not the issue. The issue is that the rein is also zachopton, regardless of who does it. And if all of us will have that attitude, and this is what we would learn from the Rebbetzin, that she was completely out of the picture. She put herself, that is, out of the picture. She did not, it wasn't that she was humble, it wasn't like she had to act as naleches. She was not a mitzias for herself at all. At least at the time, this is all we knew about her. And especially as the Rebbe says, her Aveda was in a way that only the Eibishter knows. Chaim.